व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असाध्य साधक स्वामिन् असाध्यं तव किं वद। रामदूत कृपा सिन्धो मत्कार्यं साधय प्रभु। राम 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 श्री राम 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 सीता राम 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 जय राम 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 सीता राम राम राम। राम राम all pervading aham, the real I, parama atma, within. Sita, body and the mind, which is the manifestation of the real I, parama atma. Hanuman, viveka buddhi, the intelligence with wisdom within. Lakshmana, Vibhishana, Sugriva, all the rishis, munis, are the higher thoughts in the higher mind connected with Atma, Rama, within. Ravana, many other demons, the evil forces, are the lower thoughts in the lower mind, drawing us towards the worldly pleasures, with attachment. Bhaktas, Tulsidas, the embodied individual I, Jivatma, with power giving to the false I, the egocentric I within. राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा, संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। Durgama Kaj, the impossible project, deed, action, or task, Herculean task, which is there in the world. Durgama Kaj Jagat ke jete. Those Herculean tasks which are there in the world can be achieved so easily, Sugama. So easily one can achieve it when there is Anugraha of you, Hanuman. Anugrah tumhare tete. Wherever there is grace of Hanuman on the devotee, on the sadhaka, all most difficult jobs, tasks can be handled with ease. Asadhya sadhaka, Swami. Hanuman is the Swami, the Lord of unachievable things being achieved. Not only that, he is Ramaduta as well. One who is so closely associated with Rama as a servant, 24/7 by 365. And all the yugas, he has been with Rama as Ramaduta. On top of it, he is Krupa Sindhu. And he has the compassion towards all the devotees, all the Jivatmas who are struggling, being drowned in samsara. Because of that compassion, he is able to get connected with Rama as Ramaduta and tell about our difficulties. So, if one has the anugraha, the compassionate glance, the grace of Hanuman, he is certain to achieve all the tasks. And he is the obstacle remover. He takes away the prarabdha karma, which is stopping us from growing further. Not only that, he is also known to take away the difficulties, obstacles in different aspects of life of all the devotees. So he is called Sankata Mochana, one who takes away the grief, sorrow, difficulties. Sankata Mochana Hanuman he is called. And then Karya Siddhi Hanuman. He is the one who sees that the devotee accomplishes the task. Karya Siddhi Hanuman. He takes care of that. And he is also Veera Hanuman, who bestows the strength to the devotees in all situations. He is Anjaneya, the representation of devotion and purity as Anjaneya. So that he passes it on to us as devotees. Panchamukhi Anjaneya. He has 5 faces, which are they? Hanuman, Narasimha, Garuda, Varaha, and Hayagriva. They all bestow different anugrahas according to the need. And he takes away the negative energies, black magic, sorcery. Like that, he takes care of the devotees from all aspects, in all angles. And Panchamukhi Hanuman is also connected with Ahiravana, who had captured Rama and Lakshmana. So, it is that Panchamukhi Hanuman who defeated that Ahiravana and freed Rama and Lakshmana during the war. So, Hanuman gives the demonstrative knowledge to all the bhaktas throughout the centuries, yugas, through his actions. Just if we remember what all he has done, how he has achieved unachievable things, even if we read about it, listen to it, it influences us. It has the impact on us. So he's giving the demonstrative knowledge to us. So what is it? Hanuman is that Viveka Buddhi. When there is anugraha of Viveka Buddhi, Hanuman, that is, when the intelligence with wisdom is showering the skill, wisdom, confidence, and buddhi, naturally the lower mind will turn towards the higher mind and it achieves the task which is in front. And it inspires, that Viveka Buddhi inspires body and mind to work towards the goal. So, by this, another instruction we can have is, when you have the knowledge in the higher mind, pass it on to that intelligence with wisdom and polish it through experiencing it, to making it part of our being, imbibing that knowledge as part of the being. Thus, one can grow spiritually and face the samsara and all the ups and downs with so much of strength. दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते. And then, राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होते न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे. O Hanuman, you have been the guard, very alert, attentive guard at the doors of the realm of Rama, which is Ramarajya. No one can enter that Ramarajya, the realm of Rama, without your permission. Hotna Agnya Bine Paisare. Paisare means entry. No one can have the pravesha, entry into that Ramarajya. Just visualize Ramarajya. And at all the doors, he is the one who is taking care of it. That Ramarajya is very much there within every individual. That Ramarajya in individual, Jivatma, is Chidakasha, which is infinite, all-pervasive, the space of consciousness. Chidakasha. And that Chidakasha, the inner sky or the space of consciousness, is enshrined in the heart. Hridayakasha. And it is this Chidakasha, the space of consciousness, which is the source and the energy sustainer of all the things which are perceived, are sustained in the Chidakasha. And that Chidakasha is ruled by none other than Atma, which is Rama. Atma Rama. So, that Chidakasha, to enter, one has to have that Viveka Buddhi, the permission of the wisdom in intelligence. So, Hanuman is having all the 5 doors. Which are they? The doors of all the 5 senses. So he has the hold on these 5 jnanendriyas. Only when we are using the permission of that Viveka Buddhi, only then one can get into that Chidakasha. So Shankaracharya, he tells it beautifully in Saundarya Lahari, first shloka. Pranantum stotum va kathamakrita punyah prabhavati. One who has not accrued the punya, how will they even get the chance to do the namaskara or to praise, to sing the stotras? How will they get the permission? The mind will never go in that direction. It won't even occur to us to do the pranama or to sing the stotras. So, unless our mind, heart, and intellect are well equipped with wisdom, viveka, one cannot enter the zone of Rama or Chidakasha, Atmananda, Rama Rajya. One cannot enter. The mind will not even have an inclination to go in that direction. So, Viveka, we are saying so much of Viveka, Viveka. What is that Viveka? Viveka is the ability to use the intellect, knowledge, and experience to make the good judgment, discrimination with insight and ethics. It is the ability to discern the inner qualities and use it properly according to the situation. Responding according to the situation by discerning, judging, understanding the situation, the relation. That is possible only when we have the ability to apply the knowledge and the experience. Knowledge and the experience of that knowledge. There is difference. Experiencing the information which I have collected as knowledge in my intellect is different when it is totally imbibed and experienced. So it becomes as an experience. So it will never go wrong. There will be clarity in what we think and what we do. That is Viveka. That ability is called Viveka. That one should have. Only then it is possible. Rama duare, tum rakhware, hotina agnya bin paisare. So without your permission, without that Viveka Buddhi, one cannot enter that zone of Atma, that Atmananda. सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना. All the devotees who have surrendered to Hanuman, they experience happiness in this world while experiencing different things, ups and downs, with happiness. Why? How? Tumarakshaka kahu ko darana. Because when we have surrendered to Hanuman, the full faith and understanding comes in such a big thud that Hanuman is there to take care of us. He will take care of us. When Hanuman is there as Rakshaka, why should I fear about anything? That confidence builds up. Tum rakshak kahu ko darna. Why should anyone fear? When you are there as Rakshaka of me, you are devotee. And I will be filled with happiness, joy, when I am going through the life in this physical world. So, taking refuge in the right source, in the right time, in the right place is the key to avoid any inauspicious things. So, taking refuge at the feet of Hanuman is that source one can depend on without any doubt. I'm telling it with so much of confidence because I have seen many people who have surrendered to Hanuman coming out of difficulties or Hanuman helping at such moments when anyone is ready to give up the confidence and even the help which is coming, they are not able to take it at those moments, in those situations. They have been helped because they have surrendered to that shloka, Asadhya Sadhaka Swamin, Asadhyam Tava Kimbada, Ramaduta Krupa Sindho Matkaryam Sadhaya Prabho. So even during Kailash Parikrama, Hanuman as Shivamsha helps make us go through the journey with so much of joy and happiness in spite of facing so many difficult moments. So Hanuman is that. Sab sukh lahe tumhari sharanam. Tum rakshak kahu ko dharana. So when we take it within individually, when that wisdom in intellect is speaking out, when it is sharp, we don't have any negative thoughts. Everything would become positive, positive, positive because there is so much of clarity. And the problem also looks very clear. And the solution is also coming from within to that, how to tackle that situation. So, Viveka Buddhi will never allow the mind to become polluted with negative forces, negative thoughts. And thus one will be experiencing the joy at all situations. आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे. Oh Hanuman, only you can handle, you can bear, you can withstand the magnificence, the radiance, the glories which you have performed. Only you can hold the grandeur of that. Tino lok hankate kape. And looking at that, all the three worlds tremor, they shake, they vibrate. This is also very nice. Apana teja samharo ape. It is indirectly telling you are none other than Shiva, the consciousness. When the consciousness is the one giving rise to the mind to project the world, and as an individual which is also projected by that consciousness. And when this mind is dependent and sustained by that consciousness, isn't it? That is the experience which we go through. How can this even gauge or know fully about the glories of that consciousness, which is Shiva? So, if this is Hanuman, only he knows, and it is ever expansive. So, Hanuman, oh Hanuman, you are the one who can give the support and as the source. You're only giving us the mind to project the world and experience it as an individual. So it's not possible to gauge or understand. By looking at your tejas, your radiance, your glory, magnificence, I only shudder, I only tremor with wonder. See that Tino Loka Hankate Kape, all the three worlds tremor, kampate. How? In different ways. All beings are not one and the same. Devas are also beings, spiritual beings. Good people are also different beings, rishis. How do they see? By looking at Hanuman, they are so wonderstruck. Oh, my goodness, how could he achieve this? Wow. With that wonder, they tremor. Whereas the negative forces with bad intentions, when they make the mistakes and Hanuman tackles them, they tremor with fear. Because they know they cannot face Hanuman, who is so glorious and who is positively successful in every accomplishment. And that Hanuman, if we are stuck with him, it's not possible to face. They tremor with fear. Whereas negative demonic beings like Ravana, looking at his actions, glorious actions, he was getting angry because he is also strong, but in a negative way. So he thinks he is equal to Hanuman, and thus with anger he tremors. So all the three worlds are filled with all types of beings, and everyone tremors when it comes to know about Hanuman. Here, apana tej samharo apai, tino loka hankate kapai. When we take it within individual, even we have good, bad, sometimes we have um, been indifferent towards some of the habits which would have grown too high. Then also we go through all these tremors of different kinds. So Viveka Buddhi is that Hanuman who controls both higher and the lower mind. So what happens when that Viveka Buddhi makes the mind understand, realize, recognize that fear, anger, confusion, or even Arishad Varga, all of them are connected with mind, projected by mind. It is happening in the mind. The impact is also on the mind. So, when the being, individual being, recognizes that with Viveka Buddhi in him, naturally he will not have any fear. So that strength he gives. When it comes to Vivekananda, he says, the consciousness in me is growing so expansive, vast, that this body cannot handle it anymore. It cannot sustain it anymore. The consciousness is expanding very vast. He said that. And he passed away at the age of 32. So, that consciousness being expansive, the glory of that thing is so expansive because it is Shiva, the consciousness. Chinmayananda Swamiji, when he was seriously ill towards the end of his life on earth, I believe he was talking to his body, saying, if you don't, oh body, if you don't cooperate with me to do the pending work, I am going to leave you. See to what extent that Viveka Buddhi, Hanuman in them is working. Apana teja samharo ape, Vivekananda. Tino lok hankate kampe. Swamiji Chinmayananda was able to tell the body, if you don't cooperate with me, I'm going to leave you. I have so much of pending work. Right? भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. When the Mahavira Nama, the name of Mahavira is heard, Bhuta, Pishachi, all the evil forces, negative forces, demons, ghosts will never come near. They all try to go away, run away. Bhuta Pishach Nikat, they will not dare to come near when they hear the Nama Mahavir Hanuman. So, we would have experienced this. When we see or when we come to know that the person who is standing in front of us is a disciple of a very great spiritual master, automatically we become alert and observant. Wow. He's only a disciple of that great spiritual master. For that itself, we react. The children, when they are throwing tantrums, if the mother says, I'm going to call police, the child is calm and it behaves, cooperates with the mother. So like that, who is this Mahavira? none other than Sri Ramaduta Hanuman. So naturally, no negative force can withstand even the name of that Hanuman. When they hear that name, they tremble and they go away. This is one thing. There are different asuras who cannot bear the sound. They become, the minute the sound is put into them, they become very, very weak, that they are not able to fight any further, and they become helpless and they collapse. It is beautifully explained in Durga Saptashati when she was fighting the Rakshasas of different kinds. So sound is very, very impactful on the negative forces. And also the mantras. It is very well known, Gayatri mantra, that also chases away the negativity. When we do the puja, we say Agamartham tu devanam gamanartham tu rakshasam Ghantaravam karomyadyo devatahvana lanchanam. We do the Gantarava, the sound of the bell in the beginning, Karomi Adyo. I am doing the bell sound in the beginning, Devatahvana Lanchanam, as the mark of inviting the Devatas. Agamarthantu Devanam, to invite the gods. Gamanarthantu Rakshasam, and to drive away all the Rakshasas, the negative evil forces. Ghantaravam Karomi Adyav, Karomyadyav. In the beginning of the puja itself, I am doing that bell sound. So that means भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Just hearing the Nama of Hanuman. So Hanuman Nama, Mahavira Nama itself is a great mantra to drive away this Bhut Pishach. So Hanuman is that Viveka Buddhi. When it is alert, naturally the negative thoughts will be driven away. It will be disturbing the mind, the peace of mind that will be driven away. And sending strong good thoughts will be the good ammunition to drive away these negative thoughts. नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा. All the diseases, suffering, pain will be gone to those who are doing the nirantara japa, continuous japa of Hanumat Veera, Veera Hanuman japa, one who is doing continuously. For them, the diseases, nasai roga harai sab pira, all the suffering, pain, diseases will be driven away, taken away, destroyed. So, why do we get, first of all, the roga or pida? Because of the lack of the spiritual knowledge. If I know that I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am I, who is all pervading Atma. When that becomes strong, naturally, I will be ruling the body and the mind. Of course, with positive thoughts, Chit, Ananda thoughts. So, the mind will be peaceful, calm, pleasant, with clarity in it. So, there won't be any knots being created in the mind. When we don't have that understanding, all those negative thoughts or ignorance will become the strong knots showing as roga on the body, roga on the mind, which creates so much of pida, the pain, sorrow. So, what does Hanuman do? Japat Nirantar Hanumat Veera. Hanuman, who is closely associated, closely working hand in hand with Rama, that is Atma, isn't it? Viveka Buddhi in every individual which is alert, invoked, is in constant touch with Atma, which is Rama. So that Viveka Buddhi is called Ramaduta. When the individual is in touch with that Atma, Rama, naturally he will not be having the negative thoughts which trigger the knots in the mind, which triggers on the body as disease, creating pida. So, it's really important for us to remove that avidya, ignorance. That, what is that ignorance? The strong ignorance is I am the body, I am the mind. We have to use it as I am the body, as an instrument. I am the mind as an instrument to deal in this physical world. That's it. But I'm forgetting that I am all pervasive Atma and becoming that body and becoming that mind. So I go through the pida. It is that Hanuman, Viveka Buddhi, which gives us the knowledge, Vidya, through which he takes away the diseases. संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे. So all the difficulties, sankat, he frees us. Hanuman frees, takes us away from those difficulties when we are in touch with him, when we are contemplating on Hanuman through the thought, through the word, through our deed or action. Sankat se Hanuman chudave. He frees us, Hanuman, from all the difficulties when we are in touch with him through contemplating on him. When we are doing the puja to him, It should not be just the hand which is doing the puja. The mind, the thought, and whatever I am talking should also be like with devotion talking to that Hanuman. So, all the three, thought, word, and our action, should be concentrated on Hanuman, who is none other than Ramaduta, who is working hand in hand, Viveka Buddhi, with Atma, the Rama, so that the lower mind will shift and align with higher mind, and the higher mind shifts and align with Viveka Buddhi, and Viveka Buddhi is already aligned and hand in hand with Atma, and thus Sankat se Hanuman chudave, man krama vachana dhyan julave. One who contemplates. So does it mean, again I would say, does it mean that we have to sit all the 24 hours and keep on doing japa? It is not that way. Our mind should imbibe Hanuman in us to such an extent that our thought is automatically, somehow or the other, is resonating with that Viveka Buddhi. Our words will also be resonating with that Viveka Buddhi. Our deeds is also resonating with that Viveka Buddhi. So that comes when we recognize, imbibe, and make it part of us that Hanuman, 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 Veera Hanuman. The minute we say Hanuman, many of his deeds come into our mind and it flashes. That should become stronger and stronger. And that is a real oneness with Hanuman contemplation. How is it possible? The egoistic I should surrender. And Viveka Buddhi takes care of the being once that egocentric I, false I, is surrendered. And Vachana, the word, is the bridge between thought and the action. So we have to mind our word as well. That word also should be strongly connected with Viveka Buddhi. Sab par Ram tapasvi Raja, tinke kaaj sakal tum saja. O Hanuman, you carried so successfully the mission and the work of Rama, who is the supreme saintly king. Sab par Ram tapasvi Raja. He is Raja of all the Rajas. Sab par Ram tapasvi Raja. And not only that, he is tapasvi as well, saintly. And to him you served as apt, ideal servant. See, both Master Rama and the disciple Hanuman, who is Shiva. So, Rama and Shiva, Vishnu and Shiva. Both of them are so strong and highly qualified. Terrific combination. Beautiful. So, serving a normal king, doing his mission, that itself is a great job. When he is supreme king, then it is all the more difficult. When that supreme king, the king of kings, that supreme king is also saintly, it's not at all easy to be his servant, to do his work, to do his mission. On top of it, this saintly supreme king is facing the difficult days in Vana because he's in the Vanamasa. During the last 2 years of his Vanamasa, he faced so much of trouble. He lost his wife. Is it easy to serve such a king who is supreme and saintly? But Hanuman was able to do it because he is none other than Shiva, who understood who is Rama, what he needs, in what way it has to be tackled. He was very clear. So, this also shows Hanuman, Viveka Buddhi, can achieve beyond the limits, the worldly limits, who has surrendered, that Viveka Buddhi which has surrendered itself to Atma totally. It gets all the energy and power, the qualities of that Atma will also be one with that Viveka Buddhi, Hanuman. And he is able to serve Atma, which has taken the whole universe as body and the mind. So the limitation that I am an individual having Viveka Buddhi, I have surrendered to Atma, all those limitations will be broken, and that kind of devotee will become a universal person, universal being, because of which one can achieve unachievable things like Hanuman. और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सो ही अमित जीवन फल पावे. और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे. And devotees may have n number of desires of different things in different intensities, different aspects. Jo koi lave, whatever they have as their desires, aspirations. So he amit jeevan pal phave, and they are given that limitless, imperishable fruit, phal, because they have surrendered to that viveka, who is none other than Hanuman. So, if we understand the world and the life is sustained only because of the principle which all individuals are carrying as desire, aspiration. I want to achieve this. I want this. It is that desire and the aspiration, which is making them sustain their body and mind in this world. And those desires and aspirations change from person to person. Within a person, time to time, it changes. Isn't it? The desire and the aspiration. And also the intensity of the desire or the aspiration also changes. As we grow with knowledge and the experience, those desires and aspirations will become subtler and subtler, fewer and fewer. And the desire would be that I want the liberation from all the shackles, mental and bodily shackles, which I am finding it as a bondage, being bound. I want that freedom. So, aur manorath jo koi lave. Like this, there is multiplicity in desires and aspirations. And Hanuman, once we surrender to him, whatever be the desire or need, aspiration, he says, let you go through it, achieve, accomplish your aspiration. That would be his anugraha. Soi amit jeevan phal paave, and he is ready to give all the four purusharthas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha, according to their desire, ability, need, accordingly gives to everyone. So that means what? Have the anugraha, the grace of viveka buddhi, and there's no need to curb any of the desires or aspirations. Know that the aspiration and desires are the steps to go higher and higher, becoming subtler and subtler. Understanding the necessity of those desires to be accomplished is possible only when we have that viveka. Yes, it is needed. I want it so that I can do this job. I can do that. So, as we grow, it will become subtler and it will be good for us to grow, evolve spiritually when we understand that the desires are the steps and the instruments to go further, for which Hanuman 100% helps us. चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है परसिद्ध जगत उजियारा. And your glories are sung and are there gloriously in all the four yugas. Charo yuga. It has been there shining in all the four yugas. And your fame, your name and fame is illuminous in all Jagat, which is very true. In Treta Yuga, Ramayana took place. Since then, we have been singing in Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, and maybe in Satya Yuga also. it will be sung. The greatness of Hanuman, the greatness of Ram, isn't it? And every day, at every minute, somewhere or the other in the world, someone or the other will be chanting Hanuman Chalisa or any other stotra on Hanuman. That way also he is very well sung in the Jagat. He Parisiddha Jagat Ujiyara. Your fame is radiantly illuminating the whole world. So, what can we understand by this? Hanuman, that Viveka Buddhi, doesn't give any importance to what the egocentric I says. That egocentric I is the false I, which is the projection of the mind. But Viveka Buddhi is highly connected with Atma, which is eternal. It's hand in hand with Atma, the Rama. So, without that false I, egocentric I being given the power in its hand to say, I am the king of this body and the mind. I am this body, I am the king of this mind. That aham, false I, is not there in Hanuman at all. Because of that, he is one with Atma, Rama, which is Sat Chit Ananda. And Hanuman has become that Sat Chit Ananda. That consciousness is eternal. Viveka Buddhi is eternal. So, whatever that Viveka Buddhi is carrying since that Treta Yuga is going on and on and on, and it will go on and on and on. And its magnificence is so great. Yes, because of the consciousness, the whole world, even though it is changing every nanosecond, still it is so illuminous with so many things, different things being created, being sustained, and being annihilated. It's happening continuously. That is the greatness of Hanuman. Charo yuga pratap tumhara. He parasiddha jagat ujiyara. So when we have that egocentric I as our leader, false I as our leader, when we empower that false I, it would be like we want to fetch the happiness somehow or the other, but it will keep moving away from us, like trying to catch the ball while swimming in the water. It's very difficult. It's not easy to catch the ball in the water while swimming. Same thing happens because we are giving the power to that false I to rule us individual. Constantly we are following the happiness but not catching it. Whereas Hanuman, Viveka Buddhi, being one with Atma, all pervasive, all pervading, knows that happiness is very much within. That ball is very much within me only. Where is the need for catching it when I have Satchit Ananda, which is all pervasive. That knowledge made the being individual happy and keep praising that Hanuman, who is Viveka Buddhi. साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे. You are the one who protects sadhu and santas, and you are the one who destroy the evil demons, and you are very dear to Rama. Rama Dulhare, you are the dearest one to Rama. Asura Nikandan, you are the one who destroys the asuras, the demons, evil force or negative force. And you are the one, sadhu santake tumu rakhware, you are the one who protects them. Isn't it? So this Rama Dulhare really attracted my mind so much. Normally we call children, small babies, Kannamma, Dulhare, Kanna, Puttama, Siri, Muddu, sweetheart, darling, isn't it? So for Rama, Hanuman was like that. Even for Sita, Hanuman was like that. Like their darling, like their sweetheart. Ram Dulhare. How and why Hanuman, who is so magnificent, Bhima Rupadhari, Vikata Rupadhari, in spite of it, he was Dulhare. Because, again, small children are considered as Bhagavan because they don't have the baggage of that false I ego. So their mind is pure, their mind is innocent. Even the spiritual masters or even the realized souls, they are also like very much like children, like Dulare. Hanuman, in spite of being the Ramaduta, his mind, his actions, his thoughts about Rama and his thoughts about Sita were so pure and innocent that made Hanuman as Rama Dulhare. This reminds me of after coming back from Vana, Hanuman was also there with Rama and Sita in Ayodhya. And Devi Sita was wearing that sindhura on her parting. And Hanuman was surprised. Why are you putting that here as sindhura? What is it? Why are you putting it? Sita, with a smile, she explained to that Hanuman, this is Mangalakara for Rama, for the auspiciousness of my husband Rama, for the well-being of my husband Rama, I am putting this sindhura. Hanuman said, oh. And he went and put the whole sindhura throughout the body. And he became Sindhura Varna. And when asked, Are, Hanuman, why did you put that sindhura on you so much? He said, if Ma Sita's one sindhura is bringing so much of well-being for Rama. I want that Rama to be good and happy. So I'm putting all over my body the sindura to make him all the more happy and good. For the Mangala of my Rama, I'm putting it all over my body. That is what is Dulhare. That is how he became so dear to Rama and Sita. Isn't it so beautiful? If you see Rama, Hanuman as an individual, what all he has achieved, nothing is there in his mind or heart. I am Ramaduta. I am concerned about Rama, the well-being of Rama. That is possible if Sita is also happy and sound and safe. So I'm going to take care of her also. And she has given me motherly affection. So, like that, his mind was filled with Rama and Sita. And he lived. He carried on all job, all tasks. But with this in his mind, Rama, Sita, Rama, Sita. So he is that Rama Dulhare. So we have to have our Viveka Buddhi so clean, pure, without any baggage. What is needed? Let me do. And thus, even the work, task, what we do will also become joyous, like Hanuman did. And it becomes easy to carry on the tasks which we have to carry. Rama 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 Shri Rama 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 Sita Rama 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 Jaya Rama Rama Sita